The plan, Miss Genevieve. We are here on December
11th.
11th.
Yeah, I think.
Flashing on the screen. Yeah, that's the date we're dealing with. The day after the Pennsylvania rifle season ended. We had in this box, I'm pretty excited about this. Are you excited about this?
I'm really excited about this.
It's actually snowing today. What says the late crossbow season more than crappy weather?
And freezing to death.
And freezing to death.
Yeah.
That's Genevieve.
I know all about that.
She knows all about that. So we are actually going to shoot a video today while we're out putting these up. We're going to do a video about hunting in bad weather too. That's going to be part of the video that we're putting together today. But the real thing is we're going to take the contents of this box and we're going to put them out there in the State Gamelands. Now right here we got old trail cameras. A nice little 8-man, which they quit making shortly after I bought a bunch of them. These are cheapos, but they tend to work okay. They did pretty good
like
for us.
them.
This is my favorite of all time, the Moultrie. Boy, I love the Moultries. They're just simple, easy, click them, turn them on. They do an adequate job. Nothing great. None of these things do a great job. Then you got
that one that I want to throw across the field half the time.
Cuddy back here. Cuddy back's not my favorite, but I mean, I appreciate them. They're just too much going on in those cameras. There's just too much going on with them. Complex cameras. I don't like them. Like I said,
gotta unscrew a part to take the card out.
Yeah, little tiny stuff. Like, seriously, look at this.
When you got gloves on, you can't get that off.
You got to take this apart, right? And then the other thing, it's got 90 threads. You pull that off. And then your card goes in here, in this little recessed compartment where you can't get... You got to have tweezers to get in there. And it goes in backwards. The card, every time I have to put it in the opposite way. Spiders like to nest in there, apparently, but good for them. This little thing broke, the cover.
Yeah.
It broke off. But it's an old camera. But I will say, it's done a good job over the years. Ton of batteries. Look at this.
I was just about to ask.
Those are going with us today. Well, let's get looking at these. That's the best way to open these. These were the cheapest ones I could get my hands on, where I could get 9 cameras.
Oh, so wow.
We have 3 packs. Look at that.
Oh, they got big bucks on them. You know they work. Oh, they're fighting too.
Ooh. Fighting bucks. That's the kind of bucks we want. Fighting bucks. They want to fight over the opportunity to be shot by Bunjie III or Bunjie Jr.
Or Bunjie.
Or Bunjie. Well, they all have historically fought over getting shot by Bunjie. Yeah, that's not anything to do. But this late season we'll be using Bunjie Jr. and Bunjie III, right? We're shooting more modern crossbows. At least I am.
Yeah, I got the slow crossbow now.
But these are Muddies. Muddy's a pretty decent company. I've never had a Muddy trail camera, though. So hopefully these things are going to work okay. They do have a pretty fast trigger speed, 0.7 seconds. This is a $20 camera. You got to understand. I just did a Google search, found a company I'd never dealt with before, probably never deal with again. It was like $70 for the 3 of them or something like that.
Simple setup.
Simple setup. I like that.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty good. And we got our other 3 right here. Right here, we got the other 3. So 3, 6, 9, 12. And then we have 1 additional camera floating around in the kingdom of Bunjie, which we'll check this morning and see what's on it. So let's see how this goes.
Are you sure they take AAA batteries?
They bought $60 worth of Duracells. Perfect, right? Yeah. I bought AAAs. Who buys AAAs for trail cameras? Come on, Rich.
I was just joking when I said, oh, I wonder if they actually take AAAs. And they don't. They take AA's.
They do not. They take AA's. So we'll stop and buy. We got to buy some birds to eat. We got to buy some other goodies anyway. We'll buy a whole bunch of batteries at local retail prices. So that was a flop. But hunting is not cheap. And it also takes up a little bit of time. We're going to have to drive all over the county to put these cameras up. Driving stuff already? All right, Kitty Winkle, you ready?
Yep, got my 8-man.
A single camera, at
Heavy
least for this
load.
section. Heavy load. The Great Death by Bunjie Camerathon, I guess we'll call it. We got to our first location here on the State Gamelands, putting up some trail cameras. We're going to see if there's anything left over after the Pennsylvania rifle season, what I like to call the second crossbow season here in Pennsylvania. We're going to find out. There's one way. We're going to put these cameras up here. It's the day after the season ended, and we're going to pick them up a couple days before the late crossbow season starts here at the end of the month, at the end of the year. So we'll come back, pick up all the cameras, and just see what showed up randomly throughout this time. And then we'll come back and come up with, after we look at the pictures, we'll come back with a really good, well thought out hunting strategy for these locations. Somebody was riding an e-bike. None of you spotted this. I walked right past it. Can you believe that? How did I walk past this and my kid spotted it?
It's like textbook.
It's textbook. It's what we're here for crying out loud. Look at that.
And look, that's where they come out too, right behind it. That big old
That little trail. Really, I was just looking for a good tree to put a camera
right
on.
over here.
And she's found me a couple of good locations to at least try and put up a camera. This is where we're going to want a camera for sure, somewhere in this area. So I think we're getting somewhere. It wasn't me.
Wasn't me.
We'll pick it up for somebody else. Usually what we do on these State Gameland trips. All right, we got the garbage. Cut the lids off of these boxes. We got some more cameras. We opened up these ones. They're pretty light little cameras but you would expect that. They weigh about an ounce. But pretty neat little guys. That'll do the job, don't you think?
Yeah.
We're going to find out. So we made it to a next one. The first thing we said when we got out of the truck is, holy cow, is it colder
We'll
here.
see how long we last.
We'll see how long we last. We got quite a walk ahead of us, so this is a long one. And she's making me carry the cuddy back.
I got the light camera.
She got the light new muddy. But what she pointed out too, and she made a good point, that cuddy back, for all my complaining about cuddy back over the years, it really has more to do with ease of use, which is, let's face it, a reflection on my own ignorance more than anything else. But I will say that cuddy back camera is still alive and kicking.
It's a good camera.
It really is a good camera. All that complaining aside, hopefully it'll perform for us. We're going to pitch another 2 cameras on this State Gamelands, the cold State Gamelands, as it will be known today. Look at this, Genevieve. Lots of Oaks is right, man. The whole road is just littered with them. We are not going to be hunting oaks, though. That's not the plan. It's not the strategy. We're looking for green areas to pitch cameras on, get an inventory of deer, see the leftovers, see who survived the second crossbow season with all those orange pumpkins out there in the woods. We're looking for that.
There's deer here.
Ooh. Now, Genevieve, would you like to inform Friends of Bunjie what that means?
That means a deer lost some hair.
Yes.
There's more deer.
Another big patch of hair.
Piles. Oh, something bad happened here.
I think it's from somebody dragging the deer out, Genevieve. I'm betting. Man, it's like every 3 feet there's another pile of hair. They're like breadcrumbs.
Someone's taxidermist is going to be real happy with that.
I think that's all it was. Somebody dragging the deer out this road.
Yeah.
Well, somebody got lucky. That's good. Not the deer. Ooh, like a 300-foot change in elevation. Genevieve's been checking out stuff down there. She's coming. But we're up to where we're looking for our next camera location here on State Gamelands, the Great Death by Bunjie Camerathon. So we're out scouting and putting up cameras to see what leftovers are left over on the State Gamelands. Another scrape. I walked right by it, and
Yet again.
Genevieve is picking out my scrapes today. That's my job normally, man. I'm always looking for scrapes. I love scrapes. The road here has lots of clover on it, and I see clover and I get all excited. So I walked right past another piece of sign. Don't forget to arm it, Genevieve.
Oh, yeah.
The cuttybacks have to be armed. Whatever that means. You can't just turn them on. You got to arm them. Is it armed?
Should be good.
Run, quick. Don't hurt yourself, though.
Oh, my knee hurts.
Your knee is pretty well beat up after all this walking, I'm betting.
Oh, jeez, these rocks up there.
Yeah.
The gravel path he came up. That's rough.
All uphill. But guess what?
Now it's all downhill.
Yes. But these are the muddies, right? Muddy trail cameras. The little panel opens up. Got a nice little shelf here where the spiders can build their nests and lay eggs and all that good stuff. But it's real simple controls. We've got a menu. Genevieve's already gone through and programmed everything. There's your card. All I have to do supposedly is turn it on. Got a 9-second countdown. We'll click that on there, step out of the way, and let it fire up and take pictures of our State Gamelands. The reason I bought all these cheap cameras is because I'm leaving them out on somebody else's property. Over all the years, I've been doing trail cameras since 2009. I have never had somebody steal one of my cameras, knock on wood, but I've had them steal cards. Went through a whole bunch of SD cards one year. Somebody was trespassing, didn't want their picture taken. They left the cameras, stole the cards. Hopefully, these cameras I'm putting out will be still here and we'll have some kind of inventory. Man, I don't know why people would steal another hunter's gear. That goes without saying. There's always this urge to find out where somebody else is hunting and see if you can get a hold of their spot and get in there and all that. But I gotta tell you, I don't understand that. And the reason I don't understand it is this walking around on State Gamelands, this is a lot of fun. Seriously, get out there and scout. See if you can pick out a little location. When I shot that doe on State Gamelands, that's not the hunt of the century or anything like that, but that was a spot I picked out. I'm pretty proud of that. I picked that spot out off a map and I converted in 3 sits. Shot a doe. Pretty cool. It was my second shot. Fortunately, I had a clean miss on the first one, but man, you know, and now I found some buck rubs. Got a little bit of sign here, tons of footprints, and that was all based on looking at a map, based on what I know about whitetail habitat and their preferences. I've been learning this stuff over the years. I actually picked a pretty good spot, a ton of tracks up there where I wanted to hang that camera, and I kicked the deer out in the process. That's a pretty good sign that when I come back, there'll be some pictures on these cameras. So really, that's the message here. Get out and find your own spots, man. Get out there and have a good time. This is a blast. A little cold. This is gonna be murder, man. Walking through this stuff, it's that crunchy snow. But I'm gonna pull a bunch of cameras here. We're supposed to get this storm that is gonna be really, really cold. So before that comes, I'm pulling cameras. So I made camera number 1. I'm trying to get a bunch of them done today. Hi, camera. Smile. I'll pull this one. And then, at the end of this video, we're going to see what we got. Pretty excited. But at least we got one camera that nobody stole. That's good news, right? Whew, I am pooped, man. Coming up the hill. Remember this. Saw this in the beginning of the video, right? Ooh, not a good sign. Those aren't my tracks. I haven't gone up there yet. I mean, somebody else beat me to it, which is fine, but I am hoping my cameras are still at the top of this mountain or hill or whatever it is, and that I didn't walk up here for nothing. Whoever this was walked right by my camera. Not a problem. Thank you. Thank you very much. Whether he saw it or not, I don't know. Got one more camera right up here, and I'm kind of relieved because those footprints lead away from my camera. They don't go all the way out to where my camera is. Man, Genevieve ain't taking any chances. It'd be easier to go buy a new camera than it will be to get that off of there. Did not see a lot of deer tracks on this stretch of State Gamelands. I did see some on the one. I saw some nice big footprints on the other one. That was pretty exciting. And this one, though, I didn't see really big tracks. I saw some little deer prints. And in fact, kicked out a little fawn, I think, when I was going in there. So I'm not sure that an overwhelming amount of big deer on this section, but we'll check the cameras, right? We're gonna check cameras and find out. So I can't wait to go back and look at these. I hope you're excited about it. Had some pheasant hunters down the bottom of the hill. Have not heard any shots since I've been walking up this hill. No self-respecting pheasant is going to be out in this. So far, I am Lucky, because I have received all of my cameras. I found them all. None of them were taken, to my best of my knowledge, none of them were tampered with. So let's see if we can complete today. I have this one and one more, and I will put all my cameras with success. This trail has had a little bit of activity. Some of that's my footprint, some of that's footprints from rifle hunters and all that good stuff. But there's a lot of deer sign on it too. And that is why I pitched the camera back here. And I can tell you my camera is still there. Hi, camera. So we're getting close to my last camera. Oh, this is the longest one out, the farthest walk. It's all uphill practically to all the way to it. This is the one I have the most hope for, to be honest with you. I expect the best results because it's on a nice travel corridor. There's rubs. There was a lot of footprints, big footprints, and it's at an intersection, but it's kind of out in the open. So it's not just the best camera I've got with the best odds, it's also the camera that's got the best odds of being stolen. So I hope I am not walking all the way up here for nothing. In about 15 more minutes, we'll find out. Time to celebrate. My camera is still here. Yes! All of my cameras are accounted for. People ask me how come you didn't lock them up and get those little straps and stuff to little bicycle locks or something. Problem is, I spent about 20 bucks per camera. So that if they were stolen, I wouldn't lose all that much. The whole point was to get cheap cameras. That was my defense against thieves, I guess. But now I get to celebrate, go home and look at cameras. Let it snow, man. We're going to get freezing cold temperatures down to single digits tomorrow. All right, got the camera in my pocket. Now I'm going to reach into my other pocket and start the celebration a little bit early. I've been walking for about 20, 25 minutes, something like that. And it's time to celebrate with a McDonald's cheeseburger. What do you think of that, huh? A pocket cheeseburger. I am quite possibly the first guy to ever eat a McDonald's cheeseburger on the State Gamelands. It's cold. Oh, it is all downhill from here. I just got to walk back down the road. I'm going to send you out with a little video montage of all the cool pictures that we got. And we'll see if we got any target bucks or if we just got does. We can see which area we want to target. As you look at these pictures, just one thing to keep in mind. I put them up in pretty open places where I was hoping to get a lot of deer traffic at night. That's fine, right? I don't expect to get a lot of daytime pictures necessarily. We're just coming off the rifle season. Deer laying low. And I put them in areas of high traffic though, expecting nighttime pics. That's not where I'm gonna hunt, okay? I just wanna know if there's deer in the area, in particular big bucks. If there's a big buck in the area, then maybe I'll hunt that buck and I can look at the maps and the ground sign and all that and figure out where that buck is and where my likely ambush opportunities are gonna fly. And for all these cameras over the last 2 weeks, I really am just looking at what we got for inventory. That's all it is. So, see, on small acreage, those nighttime pictures don't do me any good at home, right? In the kingdom of Bunjie, if there's a nice buck at night, so what, right? So what? Because that doesn't mean I can shoot him because he's not on that property during the day. So I don't get as excited about nighttime pictures. Here, I would get excited about a big buck at nighttime. That's fine. I'm just trying to get a big inventory done. And then I will take that information. If there's a big buck, I can take that information and figure out how to hunt that buck, how to find that buck, and get on that buck in the late season. So I can move around a lot more because there's a lot more acreage, right? Each of these parcels is hundreds of acres, so I have a lot more options where I don't on small property. So that's one of the advantages of public ground. I can roam a little bit more. I intend to take advantage of that, just like I wrote in my book, The Death by Bunjie Crossbow Method. When you have advantages, what do you do with them? You don't give them up, that's for sure. Go read my book and take advantage of it. Till the late season when we're chasing these deer. All hail Bunjie.